Everyone talks about inflation like it's just prices going up. Groceries, rent, gas. We see it, we feel it. But here's what nobody tells you: the real damage isn't what inflation does to prices, it's what it does to your behavior. Because during inflation, people don't just spend more, they start making new, small, emotional money decisions that quietly destroy their finances over time. And the worst part, most people don't even realize that it's happening. So let's break down the three inflation traps that are costing people way more than just the rising prices. Here's the weird part: when prices go up, you'd expect people to spend less, right? But the opposite often happens. People spend more impulsively while also feeling more anxious about money. They cut back in some areas, but overspend in others. Your friend who stopped eating out suddenly starts buying little treats every day. Your coworker who's worried about bills just upgraded their phone. It feels irrational, but it's not. It's psychological. Picture this: prices are rising every month, your money feels like it's losing value just sitting there, and you hear phrases like your cash is being eaten by inflation. And suddenly, saving doesn't feel safe anymore. This is the moment everything shifts. People stop thinking long term and start thinking, I might as well just use it now. That mindset right there is what inflation really changes. Not your income, your time horizon. Here's the first trap: people start spending money faster because they believe that it'll be worth less later. Sounds logical, but here's the twist: it leads to unnecessary spending. A study from the Federal Reserve showed that during high inflation periods, short term spending increases even when real income doesn't. Why? Because people feel pressure to act now. Your neighbor's suddenly buying things they might need later. That's not planning, that's panic disguised as logic. Now, here's where it gets dangerous. When everything feels expensive, small purchases start to feel insignificant. What's another $5, another $10? But here's the reality: those small purchases stack fast. Research shows that consumers underestimate small reoccurring expenses by up to 2 to 3 times. That daily coffee, that quick online order, it doesn't feel like much, but over time, it quietly drains your cash while you're focused on big expenses. But here's the trap nobody expects: when life gets more expensive, people upgrade to cope. It sounds backwards, but it happens all the time. When money stress goes up, people justify spending on things that make them feel better: a nicer car, better gadgets, more convenience. It's emotional compensation. Your coworker stressed out about rent suddenly subscribes to three new services, not because they can afford it, but because they're trying to feel in control. So if you step back, a pattern emerges. Inflation doesn't just raise prices, it shortens your thinking. It pushes people towards short term comfort over long term stability. And here's the kicker: according to a survey by the American Psychological Association, nearly 65% of adults say money is their top stressor. Combine that with inflation, and now you're making financial decisions under pressure. And pressure doesn't create good decisions, it creates fast ones. And honestly, these behaviors make perfect sense. You're adapting to uncertainty. When the future feels unstable, your brain prioritizes the present. That's not stupidity, that's survival. The problem is, what protects you emotionally in the short term can hurt you financially in the long term. So the goal isn't to ignore these instincts, it's to recognize them before they take over. Because your money habits, they're not random, they're responses to the environment that you're in. Inflation doesn't just change the economy, it changes you: the way you think, the way you spend, the way you justify decisions. And once you see these traps, you start to realize you're not bad with money. You've just been reacting to pressures without realizing it. So now I'm curious: what's one money habit you've noticed in yourself lately? Have you changed how you spend because of rising prices? Drop it in the comments. And if you want more breakdowns like this, where we decode the psychology behind money decisions, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one.